Welcome to Florida Statements. I'm McKenzie Pritchard. With college football becoming more competitive than ever, recruiting plays a major role in building a successful program. Today we're joined with Carlisle Kirk, an FSU Football Recruiting staff member, to talk about the recruiting process and how the team prepares for the upcoming fall season. First off, thank you so much for being here with us today, Carlisle.
Of course, I'm happy to be here.
Yes, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, as a recruiter, give us a little insight into what your day-to-day looks like in season compared to off season.
So in the season, it's pretty back-to-back, very quick turnarounds because obviously we have games every weekend or every other weekend. With my job, we're usually building profile sheets for all the coaches to look at about all the important information about the kids we have coming on campus, getting credentials and compliance forms ready for them and their families, and just making sure everything on the game day schedule looks like it's going to run smoothly. In the off season, it's honestly a lot similar because we have junior days, spring practices, all the things you can imagine, legacy weekends, also every weekend in January and March and April. So it is pretty quick turnaround still, but it's kind of different because on game day schedules, they're all doing the same thing.
Yes.
When they come for junior days and stuff, they're all on individualized schedules. So it's we have this whole spreadsheet where we build everyone's individual schedules to make sure no coach is scheduled with a meeting at the same time. And then we, same type of thing, getting the credentials and the compliance forms ready to make sure we're in compliance with everything they need us to be doing. But it's a lot less pressure because the coaches aren't as worried about winning games. They're just worried about making a good impression for the kids.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds like no breaks. Moving on, the new football center just opened, which is super exciting. So with the completion of the new center, tell us a little on how that has impacted recruiting and how does the team's performance during the season influence interest from future athletes?
Yeah, I think the new football facility is incredible. It's state of the art, and it definitely helps us compete with some of those bigger football school names with having a brand new facility. It's got anything and everything any athlete could ever need. They literally have a barber shop in there.
Wow.
And I think it just helps make a great first impression because not that the old facility is only 5 years old, but it was shared with the other sports. So this is just football, and they have their own nutritionists and their own trainers and everything. So it makes a great impression, especially on the families and the parents with stuff that the kids may not necessarily care about. And then I think the team's performance during the season, it kind of has an adverse effect because if we do good, then we're obviously going to have a lot of kids that go to the NFL, so then we would have a lot of open spots, and that entices people because we obviously performed well. But also if we perform poorly, a bunch of kids are oh, if I go there and it's my first year, I'll probably get a lot of playing time.
Yeah, for sure.
So it doesn't necessarily affect them that much because they're more coming to the school for the type of coaching and culture they'll get rather than necessarily winning games, which of course is important, but not necessarily why they would pick one school over the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Very interesting. Now getting into the behind the scenes work, could you tell us the evaluation and research process that goes into kind of identifying and tracking down these potential recruits?
Yeah, so what's super awesome about technology today is there's these databases that compile all the information we had to used to go and find from different websites into one. And from there, the boy interns, the personnel interns, they take a high school or transfer or JUCO kids film and they break it up into good clips and bad clips so that coaches aren't looking through every single play they've ever played, and they evaluate them, and we kind of have a scale of okay, this kid's a potential offer, this kid we maybe need to see at a camp to evaluate him a little bit more. And then after the interns get done with evaluating him, then he will go down the recruiting pipeline. So it then would go to someone on recruiting staff, then position coaches, then head coach, then general manager, and they all kind of evaluate him and see where he's at. And from there, that just kind of determines what different things we do with them when they're here on campus. Okay, do we need to check their height and weight to see if they've grown? Do we need to see how fast they can run, stuff like that?
Yes. We've been talking with Carlisle Kirk about FSU football recruiting, the process, and the preparation for the upcoming season. That's it for Florida Statements. I'm McKenzie Pritchard. Have a great day.